Well, let's start here. In Lydia, 650 BC. The reason I use Lydia is because that's the world's first record of using gold and silver coins as money in the marketplace. They're called the Lydian lions back then. So the Lydians, which is now modern-day Turkey, they used those out there. They were 55% gold, 45% silver. That worked well in the marketplace. So I'm going to fast forward you now and bring you up to Athens. This is an important time, and I'm going to refer back to Athens a lot. So if you've got a pen and paper, write this down. The reason why we talk about Athens in 407 BC, because it's the world's first recorded democracy, the world's first recorded working tax system and free enterprise system. They learnt from the Lydians to go and use gold and silver as money. So they traded gold and silver coins in the marketplace. Went great. Honest money, sound system. Until when? Well, until they got themselves into a war. A war that went much longer than expected. 2 years, by the way. Sound familiar? The problem is they have to fund these wars. Gold and silver have been money for 5,000 years. One of the reasons is because they have to dig it up out of the ground. They can't just produce it quickly. So to fund wars, they run out of their gold and silver. What they found is they had ample amounts of copper. So what they started to do is mix their copper in with their silver coins, their gold and silver coins. So they started debasing their currency. They could expand their money supply because now they could have more coins, obviously, because of the excess copper. And they kept debasing and debasing and debasing until they went from 100% silver coins down to basically no percent. And what happens is the currency falls over. When they debase their currency like that, that's called deficit spending, and that's what every single government does every single second of every single day. This is deficit spending. They're debasing their currency. Until when? Until the currency falls over, and you'll find that in any great civilization that was great, they debase their money to pay for their wars, to extend their empires, and every civilization that does that falls over. So what happens in Athens is they debase their currency. Now a tipping point happens, and this is really important to get, because when that tipping point happens, the confidence of the people realise that their copper coins are worthless. And the people that hung on to their true gold and silver coins became the millionaires of the day. And that's when wealth transfers. That's the greatest transfer of wealth when that tipping point happens. From here, let's look at Rome. The Romans learnt from the Athenians. They didn't want bad stuff to happen at the start, so they introduced their denarius, the silver coin that they used in the marketplace. That was 100% silver. Well, same thing happens. What happened is the Roman Empire learnt that doing deficit spending is a great way to make a lot of money. So they got the power to start deficit spending. So what they start to do is rob the citizens through inflation. So what they do is they start mixing other metals such as copper to debase their coins. So by the start of the 1st century, it was 100%. Here by 54 AD, Emperor Nero reduced it down to 94%. As we keep going down, 100 AD debased it by 85% silver content. By 218 they debased it to 43%. 244 AD, 0.5% of silver left in that coin. By the fall of Rome, they debased it all the way down to 0.02%. This is what governments do, and they're doing it to you right now.